Hey guys, this is Osd here. Today we are going to take a look at RunCam's newest offering, the Micro Swift 2. And just got this in the mail. This is their newest little camera that is taking the success that they've had with the Micro Swift and is advancing that even further with all different kinds of features, from OSD to voltage readout, voltage alarm. And then another thing that they've done that is really cool is they've added user presets, so you can do your own user presets and then change those with the OSD. And then they also have presets in there already, so you can just do one touch presets and switch through those for different settings. So let's pop this thing open and see what all we get inside of this. Here we have your little instruction manual. You can see they're talking about the one touch and the OSD. And then here we have your parameters. And we'll throw those up on the screen here and go through those real quick. Okay guys, let's take a quick look here at the specs of the RunCam Micro Swift. And let's see what all is different, if there's anything different in the specs as far as comparison between it and the Micro Swift. And we know that we have the one-touch settings. I think this is a great thing. We're going to do later in the video, we're going to do some panning outside that shows the different settings, and I think that will be really cool. What I'll do is I'm going to try and aim it at the sun and then scroll away from the sun and do that with each setting. And then also we are going to do some transition tests inside where we go through each setting and then throw the switch to bring the light quality down to a very low level, and that will show some of the transitioning and what settings strive during the transitioning, so that if you're flying like right before dark or indoor, you can see what those different settings do. So we'll also do an indoor test where I go through the settings very quickly to show how each setting looks with the lighting indoor under just a ceiling light. And of course we have the integrated OSD, which we're going to go through the entire OSD and the settings and show how that works. As you can see there, that's how the voltage alarm flashes. We've already went through what you get in the package. So here's the parameters. I'm going to scroll through these quickly. The sensor is 1/3 Sony Super HAD 2 CCD. We have the 2.1 millimeter lens, 600 TVL, PAL and NTSC. If we see anything different here, we have dynamic wide range DR, color, auto, and black and white settings available. Net weight, they're showing 5.6 grams. We're going to throw it on the scale. Check that out. The power input is DC 5, clear up to 36 volt. Dimensions are 19 millimeter by 19 millimeter by 19 millimeter. All right, let's move forward, guys. Let's see what's in the box here. This time it comes with the OSD cable. This is the same OSD cable here that I originally got when it came out with the RunCam Owl Plus. So that's cool. I had already had one, but now they're sending one with this so that you can change your settings right away, and that's a really nice feature. See what we got in the bag here. Bracket and a cable. Let's check that out. So here's the little cable that comes with this. And this is a 6-pin connector, so that's something new. And this is going to your camera. Yellow is video, ground, and red. And this is also set up, this is really cool how they did this. This is set up so that you can just swap it out real easily and upgrade from the Micro Swift to the Micro Swift 2, because the cable that comes with the Micro Swift, you can plug right into that and then use this as an extender and then just swap it out. This is the cable that goes to your OSD. And this little blue cable here is your battery voltage monitor. So you want to connect this to your VCC or VBAT, and you could also connect it directly to your power lead off the battery if you wanted to do it that way too. So really, in order to swap this out, all you have to do is plug this into the existing cable on your quad. You can tuck this in there so that you can, plug in the OSD and change any settings whenever you want to. And the only thing that you have to solder to change this camera out with the old Micro Swift is soldering this to your VBAT. Next up, they sent a bracket with this one, and it's really sturdy. I'm surprised by how heavy duty it is. It's a really nice little bracket. I know, say it's just a bracket, but lots of times we see brackets with cams that, they're just flimsy, and this is really strong bracket. I'm fairly impressed with it. And this opens up the door to a little bit more of the market, which I think is a great thing because, these little cameras are so small and so light that you can easily use these on a small aircraft too. And I occasionally do some small park flyers and some aircraft here on the channel, not as much as the quads, of course, but this would be a great little camera to use on a lightweight aircraft build too. And this bracket being in the package allows you to do that, so that's very nice. Now they do give you a little bag of screws also, and that's always nice. And let's take a look at the camera here. It's very similar to the Micro Swift. A couple little different things. Of course, you got your 6-pin connector here, and so we have 5-volt ground video. This is from left to right. 5-volt ground video VBAT, and then your ground and your OSD connector. So still very lightweight. Let's throw it on the scales and see what it's showing. Altogether, if you're using the bracket and you got the cable in there and the Micro Swift, they're showing 5.6 for the camera. We're teetering between 7.8 with the bracket and the cable, and showing 5 grams without any of that. So the next step here, guys, is to throw it into the we're going to put it in the XBL2 for right now. I'm waiting on a Micro Swift, or the Micro 2 Tomo quads. Yeah, and think about that. RunCam contacted me, asked me if we wanted to use this. We've been doing some stuff with RunCam because we love their cams, and Tomo will design certain frames around certain cams. So we're doing a kind of a tie-in thing with RunCam because they make some of the best cams out there. Matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, out of all the cams that I've used, they're the best cams out there. So we're really honored to be able to do something with them like this and incorporate RunCam products with the Tomo quad frames. So very cool thing there, and we want to thank RunCam for doing that. The next step we're going to do is we're going to incorporate this into the Tomo Quad's Micro 2, and we kind of got a kick out of the fact that the Micro Swift 2 came out, and they sent that to us right as we're getting ready to do the Micro 2 from Tomo Quad. So it was a very cool kind of coincidence. I think the gods were smiling upon this next build. But for right now, so that we can get the review out, I'm going to pop this thing into the XBL2 and do a real quick easy replacement just for testing purposes, so that I can get the review out to you guys, because this camera's hitting here in like a day and a half, and you guys are probably going to start getting it in the next couple weeks. Okay guys, I just want to say real quick, I've got the Micro Swift 2 installed into the XBL2 for the video testing part. And I want to say real quick, I just want to reaffirm that if you have a Micro Swift already in your quad and you want to update to the Micro Swift 2 in order to get some features, it is absolutely the most simple upgrade swap out with that new cable that RunCam did. It's just I would say it wasn't even 5 minutes to pop this cam in there. Okay guys, so here we are at the OSD of the RunCam Micro Swift 2, and we're going to go through it and show you the settings and how to change anything, and just do a quick run through of the OSD so you can see what it'll look like in your goggles. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the Osd menu, which we're going to push up on the Osd stick and hold it down for 3 seconds. And then here we have our Osd menu so that we can change anything we need to change there. Starts you up there with the numbers for your spelling and whatnot with that. CLR will clear the RunCam name, and then you can change that to a pilot name or a craft name, whatever you prefer. Down here is your alarm. You can set your alarm to go off at whatever voltage for whatever battery you're using. And then we have scene, which comes default set on personal, which I believe I heard that is like a Rotor Riot setting that they were using. They threw on here first, but you can go ahead and have your own personal setting that you prefer for a certain time that you fly, and then also have the already pre-done settings on there. Next we have system, and I believe this is positioning, and this lets you move around on the screen where you want to move, where you want to put the Osd layout. So we have that for pilot and timer and voltage, and then horizon, which is currently off. We'll go ahead and exit out of that. All right, and the next thing we're going to do is here on the quick settings is we're going to push left on the stick and hold that down for 3 seconds. That's going to bring up where we set the voltage calibration. And as you can see, as soon as it starts flashing, mine was off maybe a number, so I'm going to bump it up to there and then go ahead and hit the center stick to set it, and then you're out of that. So very simple to quickly adjust your calibration for your battery setting so that you have the correct voltage. And for you guys that have never done that before, all you do is make sure your battery is completely charged up. If you're using, for example, 4S, it's going to be 16.8. And then your next quick step is if you long press to the right for 3 seconds, that's going to take you through your different presets for the video. Now to enter your standard settings for the cam, you're going to push directly straight down, and that's going to come into your personalized menu where you can change your exposure, your backlight, you can turn off and on, you can do your white balance selection. It comes on the personal setting, it's set for color. You can change that to day or night. Image adjustment, which that brings you to this menu. You got your lens shade, 2 DNR, your mirror setting, fonts, contrast level, sharpness, display, negative image, and then you can return back. Then you have DPC and your language. So, very, very nice. The standard, one thing I love about RunCam is it's very easy to move through their menu system on their cameras. If you come to exposure, we'll look here real quick. You got shutter, brightness, your AGC, which is set on high for the personal, DWDR, and a return. Come down to exit, hold down on your center, and you're out of there. Okay guys, so did very well outside on a full sunny day. One thing that I want to do too is I want to do some lighting transition tests through the different settings. And what I mean by that is, having just like the ceiling light on in the room, turning the switch off, see how the camera does from transitioning from that light to the darkness, and just very little light in a room after that. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And we'll run through the different settings real quick on that, and you can see the transition under each setting. Okay guys, so back here on the bench for closing thoughts on the RunCam Micro Swift 2. I think this is a great upgrade from the Micro Swift. You know, RunCam has always been one of those companies that they'll release something to kind of test the waters, and then people like it and they see the comments and feel out the community and see what they want in a better version of it, what that first version is missing. And that's exactly what they did with this. We have one of the smallest, best quality CCD cams for micro quad builds, or like I said, even using in an aircraft of any kind. And now we have the OSD, the timer, the voltage meter, the presets, everything that the community wanted. I do think that there is possibly a little bit of room for improvement with the transition speed. It doesn't transition as fast as, say, the OWL line from RunCam, but those are specifically driven cameras for low light, and this one is covering a very wide range of lighting conditions. So in all honesty, I was pretty impressed with how well it did under those low light conditions. And if you're flying in twilight or at a nighttime racetrack, you know, that's all lit up, you aren't going to go through that great of a transition of having a light right above the camera and then shutting it off and then seeing that camera transition. So take that in consideration too. I know I am, even though I mentioned the transitioning speed. What this is truly, I think, the best camera in this size with these features on the market currently today. And I think RunCam did an amazing job of upgrading it and giving the community what they want. So I highly recommend it. Great upgrade. Like if you already have a Micro Swift and you want these options, go get one of these. It's coming out in 2 days. They're going to start shipping. I believe August the 10th is when they start shipping. You can order the camera everywhere right now, and I think you'll be very, very pleased with this camera. All right, guys, to sort out, Atomic Quads rocks, RunCam rocks. Thanks again for sending us the cams. We appreciate the help and the support from RunCam, and I appreciate all of you guys' support. So talk to you later, guys. See you on the next video with the Atomic Quads Micro 2 with the Micro Swift 2.